Right, we're starting off in a World War II pillar box in the centre of Standish. And there's a raised platform here for the guards to watch. And there used to be a munitions factory at the back of here during the war. And everybody drives past this and nobody sees it's even here. How cool is that? Right near the owls at Standish. This is Jack by the Hedge. This is the one that I keep saying is it's in the mustard family, and if you crush it, it's very strong garlic, and you can eat every single part of this. It's a really good edible herb. It's called Jack by the Hedge or wild garlic. Oh, look what's coming up here, Bob. This looks like a burdock leaf, I think. We might find a bigger one. Now I've just said that looks like a burdock, and here we are, sticky bobs. Nature's Velcro. So that's where the seeds have come from, and they stick to you. Right, here we go. This was a herb brought to this country by the Romans. It's called ground elder, and it tastes a bit like parsley, and the Romans used it all the time. Really bad herb if you get it in your garden, because it spreads by underground roots. So the only way to get rid of this is to dig all the roots up, and then it'll come back, and then dig the roots up, and it'll come back and dig the roots up and keep on at it. It can't grow roots without sunshine, so if you don't let it get leaves on, it can't grow roots. It tastes like parsley, Dave. Now, that was ground elder we've just looked at. This is elderberry. You see the leaves are very similar, that's why people call it ground elder. This is tree elder or elderberry. Right, this little tunnel here is where the Welly loop line used to come underneath the main west coast line, London to Glasgow west coast line. It used to come under here, used to curve round, and it used to join on at Standish station. But this one went all the way back to Kirtless and the Wigan Steel and Coal Works and all the coal mines. So it was a main line when it was steam. I've never seen it running in my lifetime, but I've seen videos on YouTube. Look at that. There's still soot on the roof all the way along where steam engines used to puff coming up this hill, blow soot all over the roof. Here's a lovely little tree. It's called a field maple. Now they're really nice for autumn colour as well. They're a nice little tree to have in your garden. This is obviously growing wild. They come, they're little propellers on, you know, like sycamores, and they whiz down. That's where they come from, field maples. Oh, look at this. A wild viola. There's some more behind you there. Oh, they're all the way down this footpath. Right, this is lamium. Now, that one looks like beacon silver because it's got silver on it, but this is more like the wild one, the green. And apparently, they reckon if you pick the flowers off these, There's nectar and they're very sweet. I know they're not poisonous. You can get nectar out of them.
You are a bee.
I'm a busy, busy bee. Here we are, we found this, some bits of concrete. This was obviously something to do with the railway. I don't know if it was a shed or a coal bunker, or if anybody has got any idea. It's reinforced, it's got big lumps of steel in it. So it's, whatever it is, it's a strong thing. And it's obviously left over from when there were steam engines. This is the embankment where the railway used to be, and it used to go end of here. Norman! Used to go over Charlie Road on a bridge which got taken down in probably the 70s, I think. The bridge used to go straight across here, and this heads to 20 bridges. We're just saying, we're not sure, but look at the step, how high this bank in is, where they built it up to put the railway on. And then there's a lot of earth dug out on the other side, as if they took the earth from there and moved it here to pile it up to make the embankment. But there's millions of tons of soil being moved for one track. Well, you can see the height of the railway, and there used to be a bridge in my lifetime that went over here. This is Charlie Road, near Bleach Works, and it carried on over there. Now this was here in my lifetime, so I think they must have took it down sometime in the 70s maybe. How high up we are here, Bob? We're doing one. How high up we are? That's another natural valley there. Look at these equisetum again. Look at them growing tips. They feel very soft. Yet they've grown through almost tarmac. And if you look down here, look at them coming through this clay. And then there must be flowers, them bobbly things. But if you look over there, you can see a few flowers and some like little mini Christmas trees. That's what they look like. Moore's tail, horse's tail. Lovely in the right place. You can wash your hair with them and they make tea. This is what I've heard them called the dominoes. And these are stanchions off another railway. And I don't know if it was called the Yorkshire Wigan Railway or the Yorkshire something Railway, Yorkshire Lancashire Railway, but it went from the Welly Loop, it went up to Red Rock and all the way up towards Adlington and that way. So that's where this one came from. But we've had climbers climbing these for fun and standing on the top. It's amazing what daft people do, but that's like a monument in the middle of nowhere. It's fantastic. And I bet there's loads of people in Standish don't know this exists. Well, look at the ornate seat. Nice carved seat for me to sit on. How many bricks do you reckon's in there, Bob? We've got stone cappers on, and the limestone in the middle, or the sandstone, they're the only things that's wearing out. The bricks are still as good as new. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. Victorian engineering. Is there a bit of railway line sticking out up there? Oh, there's another one there with railway line sticking out of it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5, I don't know 6. Here we go. That's 100% a burdock. Can you see it's got light grey new leaves, grey underside. That's what sticky bobs come on, and that's what they make dandelion and burdock out of. Look at that, Bob. They got railway lines there, and they've bent them round and put railway lines all the way around to reinforce the start of that bridge we've just been looking at. It goes that way. Right, well, we've made it to 20 bridges, and this padlock's always been on, this gate's always been on, but you could get on it, but it must have got even more dangerous because there's big holes and it's at very, very high, so we can only video it from underneath. But this is that welly loop line that went from Standish station. This is heading towards Boar's Head, but it's even more impressive from underneath anyway.
It's all steep.
Yeah, Bob, talking about millions of bricks. How many bricks are in here? Look at this for scale, Bob. That's a full-size tree growing underneath the arches. Look at this, Bob. There's a full tree growing under one of the spans. That gives you a bit of idea of scale, how big this bridge is. It's called 20 bridges, I think, because there's 20 arches, I think. Oops, Bob, look at this mighty oak. It's been split down middle, straight down middle.
It's like lightning.
Think
Yeah.
it's lightning, that?
Maybe. Oh, look. Last time I came here, there was full-grown silver birch on top of that bridge. So the council must have taken all the full-grown silver birch off as well. There were good 20-foot trees up there, all the way along. So somebody's took them off. So they've been doing some work on it. I hope they're not going to knock it down. You see these? This is a thuya tree. Now you can crush it up, it smells a bit very sweet, very pineapple-y, lovely scent. These trees you can prune quite hard. This is, I think, the only conifer that you can prune into the brown and it'll come back. And it makes a belting edge. But it's interesting to see one that's just been planted and left to grow, and that's how they're supposed to grow when they're not being clipped. But you can clip these as tight as you want and they make a brilliant edge. It's called Thuya occidentalis, I think. Hello, Ellen. You said to give you a shout out on this video. We're just at the back of your house now on the Welly Loop line. think it's been a bit too hot and too dry for bluebells this year. They seem to be struggling. But it's the first show we've had of them. Anyway, if you've watched it this far, I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to share and do whatever you do, like and subscribe and tell all your friends. Interesting fact.